Hello everyone, Mike Heck with the Hyperactive Hypercube build vlog and now make vlog. Back again. I know it's been a while. I've been unfortunately very busy and I've had unfortunately a few issues with the Hyperactive Hypercube. I've been seeing a lot of bed wobble, so one of the things I'm trying this week is I happen to have a spare NEMA 17 motor laying around. And so what I'm going to do is when I get my new SKR 1.4 turbo board in, I am going to have it run 3 Z motors, 2 on one side that hopefully will keep that one side going and make it easier to lift, and then 1 on the other with 2 8mm rods to help stabilize it. It's an interesting looking configuration, but it should provide a little more stability, a little more lift power, if you will. I've had a few problems with the SKR 1.4 boards. I've had 2 of them now. The second board arrived DOA. The first board had the 10mm or 10 amp circuit burnout on it. So I took a 10 amp circuit from one of my older 1.3 boards and put it in. And no matter what I did, the board would come on, but the screen would not come on, and I would not be able to get any action from even an Octopi print server that was attached to it. So the board was well and truly dead. However, prior to that happening, I did get a few things printed. So I am attempting to assemble a Mandalorian cosplay setup, which I think I've mentioned on this vlog before, not only for my friend who you've seen, her helmet, but also for myself. So in trying to do that, I've printed out my weapons. So I've got an idea of being a droid hunter. And this is an ion blaster, of course, that the Jawas in Star Wars A New Hope used, which works really well on droids. And the piece I'm really proud of, which is a Naboo heavy blaster that I picked up the plans for both of these off of Thingiverse, and I will put the links for both in the doobly-doo below. But doobly-doo, it comes from another guy that I watch vlogs of. But I'm really happy with this. One of the things that I ended up having problems with is inserting the barrels. For some reason, both of my printers have this tendency to not make cylinders completely round. They get kind of an egg shape to them. And I'm trying to figure out what that is. The egg shape is usually on the side that has the supports, the top of the egg. So I ended up trying to peel the thing down and sand it down and all that stuff for the middle barrel. I finally got tired and I just cut it off. So the middle barrel is missing this much inside the barrel body. It doesn't make any difference structurally because you have all of this area here that you're able to put the glue on and get it glued together. There was a small, I'm going to call it an alignment hole for the back end of this to fit into right here. But again, because I have the top barrel that actually went through fairly easily, and we have this piece to do alignment, and there's also 2 alignment tabs that are here inside of here. It didn't make a difference that I did not have, or I do not have, this back of this barrel in there. The same thing can be said about these 2 knobs. They were long, and they were pins that were supposed to go all the way through, and I just got tired of sanding them down, and trying to work them all the way through, so I cut them off. I inserted them as far as they can go. They went in there fairly well. The one thing that I did do that I'm really proud of is on the scope here, and there's going to be the same thing on the scope here. I did 2-part epoxy, or 2-part resin, and I put it in there to give it that scope shine. And I mean, you can kind of still see the print lines and everything if you really look close. But the fact that it has that thing that looks like glass on the end of the scope, I'm really kind of proud of that. So this is going to be my Bounty Hunter secondary hand weapon, and then the primary one's going to be an ion blaster, which is a pretty beefy boy. The other thing I'm going to do for my Mandalorian, the helmet, is coming along. 2/4 of it are done. It's got these 2 antennae on it, longer and a shorter. That fits just like that. The other 2/4 will come around and finish it off. And I think it looks pretty cool. I'm hoping that that's one of the things I can start on the Hyperactive once I get the new board, hopefully on Sunday. I've commissioned a artist friend of mine through a trade to print him out some minis and maybe a bust of one of his favorite superheroes, to do a stylized IG-88 head, like the Mudhorn on Jin's armor, and that's going to be on my right pauldron. That's going to be my first honorable kill. But yeah, I'm coming along with that. In the meantime, I've been using the Maker's Select 2 with a few modifications to it, and that thing is churning along fairly well. As always, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please feel free to leave them below, or reach out to me in real life if you know me. In the meantime, look for the links for both the Ion Blaster and the Heavy Blaster in the comments. Subscribe, like, hit the bell. You know the drill. Have a good evening.